to start this process. These people, they were appointed on 17/11/21. Total 21 EROs and 21 AEROs were appointed to complete the delimitation task of 186 village panchayat across 12 talukas. While we gave them the criteria or terms of references for constituting or reconstituting these wards. To do this, the electoral roll of Goa Legislative Assembly prepared under the provisions of Representatives People's Act for the time being in force as on 1st January 2022, published on 5/1/22, along with supplement published in 28th January 2022, is utilized to form the village panchayat wards considering the part and sections of the said electoral rules. That means we adopted the electoral rules prepared, the summary revision they carried for assembly elections. The same were adopted to us, and the wards of village panchayat was carved out in consonance with the electoral rules, assembly rules, parts and sections. This is the first time we have also brought in the part and sections as a criteria to constitute the wards. Second criteria we gave was village panchayat wards are constituted considering the geographical contiguity and natural boundaries and number of voters. So these three are the most important basis to constitute them: natural boundaries, geographical contiguity, and the number of voters. These three things they have to keep in mind while reconstituting the wards. The village panchayat wards are also proposed in consonance with the section 7 of the Goa Panchayat Raj Act. So this section says that 1500 there will be a 5 wards. Like that, every number of population, the wards are defined. So whenever there is a population increase or decrease, while delimitation is done, we take this into consideration and we either reduce or increase the wards according to the population of the village panchayat. This was also taken care. The last is the distance with the polling booth. It has to be nearer to the polling booth. All these wards are so constituted that they are near to the polling booth. And another thing we have impressed upon the EROs was, last time we had some complaints saying that some households which are in this ward, part of the households are gone into the other ward. So these discrepancies are set aside now. Even same households, some 2 people are in one ward and 2 people are in another ward, same family members. So all these are taken care while reconstituting these wards. In order to complete this delimitation task, error-free and logical, we have taken the software developed by us only, developed by us, and we shared with with the Mamlatdars. Through the software, they have made all these delimitation process. So it will be error-free, and we are also able to supervise them from here. And this software is also used so that no voter, no house is left out. And yesterday we had taken a review meeting of all the EROs who are appointed, and we reviewed whatever delimitation process they have done of 186 panchayats. We given suggestions to them, and we are satisfied, and we told them to display it for the public. These draft proposals all will be displayed from today, 24th, till 2nd of March. This is given to the public so that public can come and visit the ERO's office look into the delimitation process and suggestions can be done, modifications or corrections if they found there any discrepancies that will be corrected, and all this process will be continued till second. And we have told them once the second is over, you consider whatever suggestions and modifications you have come, you attend to that and send it to Election Commission by 8th of March through collector. It will be, all these draft proposals will come from collector to us as forwarded by the collector. So after we receive, we will also study and we will propose to the government after we scrutinize it and we finalize that draft proposal. We will send it to the government for their comments, because this, as per the act, it is now says that we have to do the delimitation in consultation with the government. After the comments are received from the government, we will be notifying the delimitation proposal. So I request the secretary to do it in the local meeting.
तुमच्या पंचायती राज ऍक्टान सेक्शन 7 अमेंडमेंट झाले आणि त्याप्रमाणे हे रुलाचे डिलिमिटेशन रिजर्वेशन स्टेट इलेक्शन कमिशनान करचे अशें म्हणून गव्हर्मेंटान डिसायड केले. स्टेट इलेक्शन कमिशन इन कन्सल्टेशन विथ गव्हर्मेंट आमी कितें करता पळय ते प्रपोजल गव्हर्मेंटान वचून गव्हर्मेंटान एक्सेप्ट केल्या उपरांत ते एडमीट जातले. आनी हे डिलिमिटेशन करपाक लागून प्रत्येक मामलेदार आनी जॉयंट मामलेदार तांकां ERO म्हणून अपॉयंट केले. तशेंच तांच्या ऑफिसान जे अव्वल कारकून आसा जावं हेड क्लार्क आसा तांकां एसिस्टंट इलेक्टोरल रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर्स म्हणून अपॉयंट केले आनी तेंच्यांनी हे डिलिमिटेशन प्रोसेस केला. हो डिलिमिटेशन प्रोसेस तेंच्यांनी काल कंप्लीट केला आनी आयच्यान तो पब्लिकांक ओपन आसा. आमी जे ERO 12 तालुक्यांनी 21 EROs अपॉयंट केला, इलेक्टोरल रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर्स. ते जावन आसा मामलेदार, जॉयंट मामलेदार आनी 21 असिस्टंट रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर, असिस्टंट इलेक्टोरल रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर्स. ते जावन आसा हेड क्लार्क आनी अव्वल कारकून. पंचायत वॉर्ड्स त्या प्रमाणे कॉन्स्टिट्यूट केल्लेले आसा एज पर द क्रायटेरिया मेन्शन. आतां फुडें तेंचो क्रायटेरिया आमी दिल्लो आसा कितें वॉर्ड करपाक कितें कन्सिडर करपाक जाय पळय तें. आमी इलेक्शन कमिशनान जो रोल तयार केल्लो आसा फॉर असेंब्ली इलेक्शन्स, तोच रोल घेवन ते वॉर्ड डिझायन केल्ले आसा. जो रोल 1 जानेवारी 2022 पब्लीश जालो आनी जो सप्लिमेंट 28 जानेवारी 2022 पब्लीश जालो. हे दोन्ही कंबायन करून वॉर्ड डिझायन केल्ले आसा. सो दॅट दोज वोटर्स जे वोटर 28 जानेवारीक पासून एनरोल जाल्या तांकां पासून वोटींग रायट मेळटलो. आनी तितून आमी सगळे सेक्शनां, सगळे पार्ट्स इन्क्लूड केल्या इन कन्सिडरिंग देर वॉर्ड्स. आनी हे वॉर्ड करच्या टायमार तांकां सांगलां आमी जॉग्राफिकल कंटिन्युटी, मागीर नॅचरल बाउंड्री, वॉर्डाची बाउंड्री आसा ते मॅप करून जॉग्राफिकल कंटिन्युटी करपाची, तशेंच नॅचरल बाउंड्री कन्सिडर करपाची आनी टोटल वोटर्स. जर त्या 5000 वोटर्स आसा आनी थंय जर आमकां नो वॉर्ड करपाक जाय जाल्यार इट शूड बी इक्वली डिवायडेड. इक्विटेबल डिस्ट्रिब्युशन शूड बी देर. इफ इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, म्हणजे इक्विटेबल डिस्ट्रिब्युशन जायना, इक्वल वोट्स जायना, जर दॅट इज जॉग्राफिकल बाउंड्रीज जावं कंटिन्युटी मेळना जाल्यार मायज कमी जावं शकता वोटर्स. देर आर सर्टन एरियाज, म्हणजे एक आमचे जशें तिला हांगासर नॅचरली हिली एरिया आसा थंय हार्डली 112 कितें वोटर्स आसा. थंय आनीक आमकां कोणाक एटॅच करपाक मेळना, बिकॉज इट गोज बियॉन्ड 2 किलोमिटर्स. वोटर्स शूड नॉट बी मेड टू ट्रॅवल बियॉन्ड 2 किलोमिटर्स. त्या खातीर 2 किलोमिटरच्या वयरच्यान वचपाक जायना म्हणून तांकां थोडे कडेन वोटर्स कमी आसूं शकता. ना जाल्यार वी हॅव ट्राय टू इक्वल सगळ्याक डिस्ट्रिब्यूट करपाक सांगलेलें तांकां आनी त्या प्रमाणे तांच्यांनी डिझायन केल्लें आसा. वोटास एरर फ्री जावपाक जाय म्हणून सगळ्यांक आमी वेब बेज केल्ले आसा. जे आमच्या ऑफिसान जाता जावं ते कितें करता ते सगळे वेबाचेर आमकां मेळटा आनी ऑटोमॅटीक तो हावज नंबर घातल्या उपरांत ती त्या हावजाच्या अंडर जी नांवां आसा ती अपडेट जायत वयता. रोल सायमल्टेनियसली तयार जातलो आनी सगळे वोटर्स जे कितें इलेक्टोरल रोलान आसा असेंब्ली इलेक्शनाक जो रोल वापरलेलो तितलेय वोटर्स ह्या पंचायतीक वोट करतले. म्हणजे जे पंचायत एरियेन येता पळय ते म्युनिसिपल एरियेन येता तांकां आसचेना, ज्यो पंचायतीक इलेक्शनाक वचना ते आसचेना. ओवरऑल आयच्यान 2 तारीख पर्यंत आमी एकेला पब्लीश केल्लो आसा. कोणाक कितें सजेशन करपाचें आसा कितें क्लॅरिफिकेशन मॉडिफिकेशन कोणाचें नांव फाटी फुडें जालां कितें जालां दे कॅन सबमीट इट टू मामलेदार्स ऑफीस. मामलेदार इज ERO. मामलेदारांनी रोल पब्लीश केला आहे. सो कोणाक कितें सांगपाक जाय कितें करेक्शन करपाक जाय जाल्यार तेंच्यांनी दिवं 2 तारखेपर्यंत टायम आसा. त्या उपरांत मामलेदारान तो करेक्ट करून कलेक्टराक धाडपाक जाय आनी कलेक्टरान आमकां 8 तारीख पर्यंत धाडपाक जाय अशें तांकां सजेस्ट केल्लें आसा. रोल मामलेदार ऑफिसान आसा. हय मामलेदार एकच मामलेदार न्हू. देर आर इन सालसेट देर आर 3 ऑफिसर्स ERO. एक मामलेदार 2 जॉयंट मामलेदार आसा. तशें पणजेन 2 जाण आसा. म्हापशान 3 जाण आसा. व्हडल्या तालुक्यांनी आमी जॉयंट मामलेदारांकूय ERO केल्ले.
पण फाल्यां मिस्टेक पंचायत दांडा म्हणजे कोणाक जाता मामलेदारान वचपाचें. देर शूड बी सम फॅसिलिटी पंचायत
No, what is your question?
मामलेदारान धांवपाचें.
What is your question?
So if there is some mistake at the panchayat level by DLO then and those people, whether it may be senior leader, senior elders or anybody, they have to write to Mangaladar's office time and again put together clear their name, or whether their name has been removed or whatever it is. It has to be somewhere in the panchayat area or panchayat office.
EROs will be having these roles, and if they wanted, we are giving a copy of that also to taken by if anybody is interested.
What I am suggesting is whether it would be nice for at least for people, senior leaders, senior elders and all, that at least this thing could be set up in panchayat area where they calculate. Because your BLO is already there, no sir. Because otherwise they might have to come all the way from like old.
That we will see. We have noted down. Yeah, noted
That's
down.
very
Anything else? We can note it down. Yes. Anything else?
What is the extent of each one now?
Sorry.
What is the extent of each one now?
That is depends on the voters and whatever voters are there, and this maximum in Sankwal area there was 2,000 Sankwal area.
Each what?
Each ward, one ward is 2,200. The smallest one which we told you is Netrolim, which is 130. So it varies from one place to the other place. What we have criteria, what we have adopted is natural boundaries. If there is a road, then geographical. But mostly whatever earlier wards are carved out, they are taken.
So basically highest number of wards are 11 in Goa.
11 is the highest as per our section 7. That requires an amendment to the Act. 15,000 above, normally they will go into the municipal council level. Or we can, today we are having, even if it is more than 8,000 onwards, we are restricted up to 11. Just 2,000 is also not a big one, because in other states you find bigger wards.
This election will head on EVM or
Ballot papers.
most likely dates.
That will be in the June. See, what is the constitutional mandate says that these village panchayat has to be reconstituted, constituted again before the first meeting of earlier village panchayat which are formed and taken the first meeting. So it happened in 15th June or something. 19th June. So we have to complete this process by 19th June.
So
This is as assembly also like that, before March
and
15th.
one more thing is that code of conduct would come into force once this council is over. What would be?
That is when schedule, we announce a schedule.
So why? Because just to inform you, the panchayat always he said one day like
You are from which paper?
go report.
Goan Reporter.
So there is one more the panchayat which always took an advantage is that about code of conduct and they don't hold Ram Sabhas, don't give information. How would you
See, code of conduct comes into effect from the day Election Commission declares its schedule.
I'm saying that because now the election code of conduct is already on course of office.
Tentative date we will decide once this delimitation and reservation has to be completed. See, what I told you is it has to be constituted before 19th. That means we have to do it before June 19th.
dates are suggested by government or commission?
No, no, we decide the date. See, there are three steps in this. One is the delimitation is done, then the reservation of wards, the reservation of ward to be published. That is required for the people to know that this is their reserved category, then they get certificates or everything. Once that is done, we will sit and decide and give a schedule, that is called a schedule, which the election commission is giving. Election commission comes. These are all pre-poll preparedness. Like ECI comes and sits with all the people. So we have to carry a number of measures before I conduct the election. So this is the beginning of it. Earlier, this all process used to be done by the DOP or DMA. With the amendment, it came to me, but with a rider that I have to consult also. So they also. So I seek comments from them, and we will publish the delimitation, reservation, and schedule. But only thing is that we will specify a date which government will notify. That date will be the election date.
So in this process also we can clear this, if somebody has to put their names and all, they can do that.
That is all summary revision carried by ECI.
The earlier one.
Yeah. Today we have incorporated whatever is done on latest was 20, how much? 20th January. So that with that rolls, the assembly elections were conducted, we brought it. We prepare our own voter list based on the wards. Once I finish my delimitation of wards, voters are added and then households are added, and we prepare our own voter list. Again, before June, in April, as per the recent amendment of ECI, in April also they will be joining 18 plus. Summary revision happens in April also. So those are also brought into the voter list by them. Then we take from them, we incorporate in our voter list. Finally, we will publish before the notification, 1 week before the notification is issued. We publish this voter list for the public.
What proof of documentation will be used for this rectification of error?
Sorry?
Correction correction.
No, see, what you will come with, these entire process is only of the households. The delimitation process is only of the households. Let me finish. Households are brought into each ward. Suppose you will come and say that this ward, my house is in this ward. So he will ask proof. Give me the address proof and all. I will shift your voter number is here, household is reflected here. But he will have to come and say, sir, mera booth is very far away, I was in ward number 2. Sometimes, it's public. See, this process we carried it by revenue people. This is the individual. If they have valid reason that saying that I am comfortable there in the ward number 1, my house is in that ward. These are small corrections. And this exercise is also for the first time it is done in Goa, throwing it to the public. First time. So let the public also, then they will come, and we are trying to ensure that the process participation is
Free and fair.
100% or it is 5%, 10% if you remove the people outside Goa. So 90 is the target. 80% is logged in assembly. We wanted to go up to 90 plus.
So one more thing, you spoke about delimitation, the comments you would take from the government.
We will, as per the act.
But if the government wants to do the delimitation process the way they want, can they do that?
We seek the comments. See how public is having. Government also will their comments.
No, because there is always a perception in the mind, is like suddenly whichever government comes, they want the way they want.
See, this is a different process. You will see now. Wait and see now.
That's why I'm asking also.
Anything else? Yeah. Thank you.